It appears that wartime crimes were committed by the Sri Lankan forces, then it is assumed that somehow we are supporters of the Tigers. We weren't. We were journalists making an impartial film.
If I may just reply to that, sir, how can you not expect casualties in any war? You know, I could mention things like what's happening in Pakistan with US drones.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I mean, there's no...
And I have made a lot of films. I've made a lot of films. Another thing you were told...
What are you expecting?
Another
What
thing
are you expecting?
Well, I'm certainly expecting that you do not target civilians, and that is what happened. Civilians were targeted.
When the terrorist...
Which terrorists? The government ones or the LTT?
The government is not a terrorist organization, sorry.
They've committed crimes as well. They're not a terrorist, you're right.
They are committed crimes.
Where in the world?
If I may just finish, Mr. Prabhakaran took 300 civilians hostage and surrounded himself with them.
We've said
yes.
the LTT, but I don't understand why
they were given 24 hours.
Yeah, no, but people keep coming back to me and saying, but the LTT did this, and I have to say to you, but I said that the LTT did that.
But there's no way.
Can I just say, actually, there's one thing. So I'm getting a phone call here, but there's also one thing. Can I just say that we were told when we came here that that there was a free press and that we were free to go where we wanted and to report what we wanted. We have just gone and looked up, and it appears. We're going to check, obviously, but it appears that our name is not on the press list for the President's press conference. But when we went up to the north, one of the things that we have to do as journalists is to see for ourselves and investigate for ourselves. Now, we were told by the President, we heard the President was quoted as making it clear that we would be invited to travel where we wanted. Now, when we tried to go up north, we were stopped by a demonstration which was clearly orchestrated because somebody had told the demonstrators, because the only people who knew we were on the train were the intelligence officers following us. So when we went there, now I have to ask a question. We want to go up there because there are two descriptions of what's happening in the north. There is a government description which says that there is lots of really good work being done, lots of roads being built, rehabilitated cados, all this kind of thing.
Perhaps you should get this appointment when there's no CHOGM.
And we also are told by not by the Tamils that there is military repression, that they are using sexual violence as a method of repression, that there is land grabs, that there is no freedom. So we have two completely different versions. Let me finish. We have two completely different versions of what happened. Now our job as journalists is to go up there and see for ourselves what is going on, and we were invited to do that, but we were stopped. Now the question I have to ask when we are stopped is who is stopping us? Is it the people who say that everything is fine and good up there, or is it the people who say that things are very bad up there? And the people who stopped us from seeing what it was like were the people who says that everything is very good. The people who did not stop us were the ones who tell us everything is bad. So what conclusion, in the absence of being able to go myself, what conclusion can I draw?
Perhaps you should choose a different time and day, and not during CHOGM to go up and visit Jaffna.
No, well, first of all,
this is not the
if
time.
you think that we would have been allowed in if it wasn't for CHOGM.
I am sure you
We were expelled from the country. Channel 4 was expelled from the country when it was reporting the war.
Because of some of the fake
why
videos.
haven't...
They weren't before, this was just reporting on what was happening.
But why haven't you gone through the 30-year-old long war rather than only focusing on one event? Because you know about LTT, the atrocities that the LTT have done to this
absolutely.
country. But
In
why
fact,
haven't you gone through that? And you made your film without even coming to Sri Lanka. How can an independent journalist make a film of that nature and without even asking from the journalist as to what had happened?
I know, but you ask me questions and you don't listen to my answer. I did come to Sri Lanka when we were making that film. I am here again now. The point is that it is made more difficult to make that film because Channel 4 was expelled from Sri Lanka during the war. But the point is that in terms of the film itself, the film was made about the last few months of the war, and we examined the crimes on both sides, and we showed there were crimes on both sides.
Why last few months? But not about the why not the last few years? Why not last few years?
Well, we did. We covered the last few years.
When?
That's why we showed in the film, we showed footage. I don't know how often I can say this. In the film, we showed footage of Tamil Tigers suicide bombs. We showed footage of Tamil Tiger suicide attacks on the start of a race, for example, where civilians were there. An absolute crime, a disgrace, and we said that. We showed Tamil Tiger suicide attacks on a minister, which didn't succeed. We showed Tamil Tiger attacks in the first film on a near a displaced persons camp near Vavunya, I think, in which the Tigers killed a lot of soldiers. but they also
But
killed a lot of
haven't you
Tamil
seen the
civilians.
Tamil tiger suicide attacks in Colombo and killing innocent Tamil Sinhalese and Muslim people?
We showed in the film.
30-year-long war.
It's actually, you're just saying why didn't I do things, and I say I did do those things.
But you haven't done it. Don't you think? Don't you think that is very unjustifiable?
Hey, come on now, please, because you're destroying the press center, okay? Yes. You have them half an hour. Look at these people working. Come on.
I'm asking you to back off.
Okay, move away, guys. Everybody out, please. Move away.
End of.
Sorry, please, guys. Move away now.
I think you right?
Take it easy. Watch where you're going.
We've been trying to start. But I mean, you know, when the media minister is making statements and it's accusing us of being... Well, we're trying to come here to work. We come here to the press conference, but we've been excluded from all the Channel 4s.
Sorry, Callum, do you have a space where you work?
I don't think we do.
Sorry.
I'm really sorry. I'm happy to answer questions.
Excuse me, that is enough. That is enough. Sorry. That's enough. No one beyond. Sorry, no.
Back. Hold on a sec. No one.